Hello everyone, you have found what we find everything that is awesome in gaming. Let me bring in my mic here. Come in close. Come here. Viewers want to hear my lovely voice. This is Ultima Serpent.
My liege. All we found among Battlin's belongings was this enchanted scroll, and a map showing the way to a place called the Serpent Isle.
Indeed. Put it on the table. Stand back!
Batlin, in the unlikely event that the Avatar stops me from coming through the Black Gate, I command you to follow the unwitting female human Gweno to the Serpent Isle. There I shall outline my plan to destroy Britannia.
They have Iolo's
my
wife?
Worst fear. I must send the Avatar through the pillars to the Serpent Isle.
So you go through and you beat the Avatar. You play a game on 9 Man's Morris, so I decided to skip it because there was a lot of lead up to it, and we'd already gotten to the meat and potatoes of, you know, your trip to Britannia that time. So this is part 2, which is Serpent Isle. So after you beat him, you have to get on a boat and go to his homeland and beat him there. It's like, you know, we'll go straight towards it. Now, the only difference is that I do have to start a new character, whereas before you could import your character. So, what's a good avatar name? Oh, I'm going by the Bard, so. Be like a brunette. It's my options here, you know? We'll go with this. Journey onward. So you're from Earth, and travel through a portal to Britannia with your friend, Lord British. He stays behind, and he's ruling over this land. And this is the 7th time that you've gone there. It happens every Ultima. So it's a fearsome passage. The Bard, after... Oh, I forgot to address you by, like it's... these are your friends. They've been your friends for 200 years Britannia time, and through 7 quests now. After we sailed between the Serpent's Pillar, I could have sworn that we were flying. So this is Iolo. He's the... he builds crossbows and plays music, and he's your resident bard. There's Iolo, Shimino, and Dupre. Dupre is a knight. Shimino is basically a hunter, and then... You're the Avatar. Here we are on the ship. I wonder if I lost anything. Maybe on the ship, but the ship is upon dry land. I think that were correct. So you run into this strange new magic. Dost thou notice a chill in the air? 'Tis much colder here than at home. I hope Gweno brought enough warm clothing. The important part is you get to Iola's house, and his wife has left him a note that, you know, she's chasing after this, and you get very alarmed. And then, you know, you try to speed up your journey and so on. Don't worry, so old friend, find that wife soon enough. That fiend Batland, I hope. Batland is the priest. He was basically taking the peasants for everything they were worth. You come in and you always straighten these things out for Lord British, because he's a clueless ruler, a clueless one. Look, the Bard, a strange storm is nearly upon us. This is certainly not Britannia. So we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Now, this is amazing. Hold on, let me get to options here. Where's my options? Oh, right. Most important thing is you. You come in stacked. Sound effects. Music. So we have on and off here. Or not. Or not. Let's turn that down a little bit. If something's equipped, it's equipped. Not a whole lot you can do about that, etc. And then you can go in and use like your inventory and stuff. We'll get to it. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. 6:10 a.m. Start journey. So I don't want to do that. So angry. There's the deck, there's Iolo, there we go. So we got teleported. It's not exactly correct, but it's teleporting things to us. He's gone! There's a bunny where Shimino used to be. this was such an interesting game because they didn't even try. Like, they didn't try to be normal, you know? They just, every adventure was a new one. He would write entirely new code. Even as was foretold, I've traveled a great distance to meet with thee. My name is Thaxa. So they speak entirely in Old English. All the signs are in Old English in Britannia. Like, really Old English, Anglo-Saxon runic. But wait, I proceed too quickly. Perhaps thou art not the promised hero. I must test thee, lest I give my assistance in error. How many characters are there in Ophidian writing? Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to look this up. For how many reasons did Erstem put down the history of the land in writing? 35. How many different materials is armor made from? It's like 7. I'm not yet convinced. Shoot. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so I had to skip out and do copyright protection there. Alright, thou art truly the one I seek. Here's the Hourglass of Fate. So they just hand us magical items, because why wouldn't you? I mean, in all seriousness, why wouldn't you? Keep it with thee always, for through it the monks of Zenka can aid thee. So as foretold. I'm a Zenkan monk, my daughter. As such, I've devoted my life to studying the prophecies of Zenka. Writings are clear, the hero shall come in the last days with 3 companions. One of them is a bunny, and the other one's a harp now. To battle against the evil which is in the land. Further, the hero shall be given guidance from a power that dwells in the void. The land is in dire need of a hero. The end of the world draws nigh. There are storms which lash out with magical lightnings, and strange illnesses which plague the innocent. Lastly, there is a growing sense that something is wrong with the land. My time with thee is short, so take careful heed of mine advice. There's a cave further south by a red bush. Its entrance is invisible. Thou canst find thy way in. You may provide more clues. Follow the coast until thou dost come to a great city. The name of the city is Monitor. An old friend of thine awaits thee there. Hourglass. As long as the Hourglass of Fate is with thee, if thou art killed, thou shalt be resurrected on Monk Isle. And if one of thy companions is killed, thou canst summon one of us to resurrect him or her by use of the Hourglass. So basically, they're taking away permadeath. You were always resurrected by Lord British before, but you would lose something, so they kind of made it a little bit easier on you. Writings of Zenka speak of the 3 which shall travel with thee. Without them, thou canst not succeed. I wonder what it is, because you do always go pick them up. They were also from Earth. They shall be thine oldest and most trusted friends, and it is their part to share thine adventures with thee. Thou must find them, hero, and then never let them leave thy side. Writings are vague on this point, so that it is not certain whether the power lives in the void now, or if it merely came from that place. However, I know that thou shalt need to seek out 3 artifacts, a ring, a necklace, and an earring. Okay, so we're going to look pretty for this. Through these ancient items, the power shall communicate with thee. More than this I know not. He did like a Jurassic one, he did a Martian one, those were spin-offs. The storms are one of the signs that the end of the world is at hand. I know not what causes them or how they may be stopped. Most ships have ceased to sail, for the storms strike any vessel which leaves the harbor. Lightning doth have the power to kill or teleport, and sometimes it changes the nature of that which it strikes. The prophecies mention that a plague will come among us to sicken the meek and the innocent. Hast thou noticed the dying birds? They are only the first victims. At first the disease shall strike the wildest races, and lastly the race of man. Can I explain it further? Dost thou not feel it? The sense that something is not right. Zenka speaks of these days as the time of imbalance. Bye. I must go now before those who oppose me find that I have been here. Thaxa! Thou shouldst know better than to meddle in the affairs of fate, Thaxa. By merely talking with the hero, thou mayest be condemning us. You must intervene, Karnax, the very fabric that weaves the tapestry of the cosmos. Thou art foolish as ever, girl. Zenka's writings are crystal clear. Those who seek to aid the hero shall cause your greatest calamities. Interesting. I must stop thee before thou art doomed. This fire ring shall save thee from being destroyed during this battle, hero. Neither of us means thee harm, but errors can occur and the heat of combat remain within the ring. God damn! Mass Ort! They're just gonna blast her with lightning. She lives! I'm not so easily defeated, friend monk. In frio grave, mas frio. Hero, listen to me before the fires consume me. Beware of thy friends. They shall only bring destruction upon thee. So these are like two conflicting prophecies here. Ah! Goodbye! Can you do something about the fires? Carnex is defeated, for now I'm weak and must leave. Remember, seek out the 3 companions. They must be at thy side. Watch for the ring, necklace, and earring, for by these the power shall guide thee. Seek out thy black sword with the caged demon that thou didst bring with thee from the other land. Thou must have it to complete that quest. So that was the one takeaway, is that you find out that you can trap a demon and a sword through the mirror. Oh, and we find Shimino off the drop. Avatar, art thou all right? I heard what sounded like the explosion of a volcano, and look at all the fire here. I've been searching all over for thee. That storm hath left me quite disconcerted. I can find neither Aiolo nor prey, and to make matters worse, nothing remains of the equipment that Lord British gave us. It hath all been replaced by strange items I do not recognize. Perhaps thou should expect thine equipment as well. I shall make a list of what we have. Such strangeness. Alright. So, oh my gosh. A woman's fur cap. Magic shield. Still got my breastplate and whatnot. Magic leggings. Got the hourglass of time. Dear of the Bard, like I said, I forgot how informal the term of dress was in this. All of the portents indicate that this quest to find Batlin shall severely tax thine abilities. Consequently, I have ordered the armories of the kingdom open in order to equip thee and thy good companions. We should have a glass sword, can slay any foe, but then it breaks. Mage Bane steals the magic from sorcerers that oppose thee. The Daemon Sword, which thou didst obtain at the Forge of Virtue. So you beat him at 9 man's more, so you get the Daemon Sword. It's truly a terrible weapon, thou will surely need it. Beware the daemon within. Rudium's Wand. We got that during research. Serpent of Blackrock, which we got from the Netherworld. Its powers are unknown, but those who give it to thee promise to be useful soon. Spellbook. Set of armor. Crossbow for Aiolo. Noble to Prey, a magic shield. Shimino the Ranger, magic bow, and a good supply of burst arrows. Common items like torches, swamp boots, a good dagger, and much food for extended journey. Travel in safety. May the villain Batlin soon fall into thine hands. Also, I hope thou shalt soon find Aiolo's lost wife, the good woman, Gweno, thy liege. British. So he stayed behind and he became a king. Bottle of ice wine, red hunk of stone. Pine cone, or at least what appears to be one. A strange apparatus of glass and copper, a rock, a finely crafted ring of silver, the size to fit a small woman or child, a ridiculous fur cap. An enameled breastplate, suitable for ceremonial occasions. Alright, so we have ice wine, hourglass, some stockings, which apparently I brought with me, a ruddy rock, some Filari. I'm guessing that's the coinage of the land. Magic leggings and Ankh. I have a regular breastplate, and he's just out everything here. He has a two-handed hammer. Some glorious slippers. Look at these. Bear skull, because why wouldn't you? An odd hairbrush. These are the best. So great interface, incredible interface, great storyline. He consistently introduced the same characters, which were from the same place as you, so you always immediately had something in common, and it never needed to be explained. It was so cool. Nothing in the barrels. The double click on the interface. He uses crosshairs. Okay, so I do a cheat here. Perhaps those should try those on the locked chest door. Thank you. Thank you. Where I save, because, I mean, I break lockpicks on a regular basis. Didn't really have mini games per se. The last one had, for instance, a casino where you could play games. So that was interesting. You ran into some stuff that you wouldn't think you would want. So you could loot the casino if you found the back entrance. You can steal anything once you're the avatar. When you're proving yourself, they were just ridiculously nitpicky. It's like they started to understand the concept of arcade, and then sometimes they would make a hard right. So arcade is basically a pixel. It's reliant on things, weird things like your reflexes, that make a whole lot of sense if you're standing at a pinball machine, but not so much if you're just hanging out. Food, I would have sworn that there was a severed limb. That's good. It's getting better and better. Alright, we'll just give him a sling like JIC. It sounds like monsters are approaching. And then I'll throw a Polari in here and see what happens. Because you can make a wish, so. We'll see what happens with this wall. And what he kept was odd colloquialisms, so things like wishing wells and stuff like that. That were wise to pick up the bedroll. Now we can sleep anywhere. I'm glad. You see, they're so nice to us. We did pass through an illusory wall to enter. Might there be another leading from this place to somewhere else? So we might as well try and explore. I'd wager the chest is locked, though should try lock pits, unlock doors. We only use them for virtuous reasons. The avatar is no common thief. So you're always supposed to be on the side of good. You're just the coolest adventurer, and you get to bounce all over the place to different worlds and so on. So they're warning you that you're not playing by Elder Scrolls rules here. So if you do pick up thing and it's not yours, the game, like, the guards will attack you, but there's no, like, you don't do time in jail. It's just genuinely bad. So it's kind of a hard concept to explain if you haven't run into things like morality systems and so on in games. They were developing these things. Hold on, maybe I have to take my slippers off first. Who knew? I think it looks much more fetching with those on, but you know, who am I? So that's one. Oh, and see, I put them where I can't sell them. We can't have that. We need to A, remind him of his time in slippers, and B, sell everything that moves. Get books. Like, I was in a book in the Elder Scrolls in Daggerfall. Dearest Drogeni, what follows is the excerpt from my translation of my ancient manuscript. Wisdom. Right, this was great haste. Offer a record of our hallowed philosophy. Spread the word of our peoples. Okay, so this is what lays out the order of the land. So there's chaos, there's order, there's balance. And then there's emotion tempered by logic and reality. So that's part of balance. That's how the forces of chaos and order remain in balance. So in your homeland, it's different, obviously. They're giving you the new rules. Same amount of numbers. You don't really have to change anything that you're doing. But they're using that instead. So I'm going to go ahead and troll around a little bit. Kind of don't need to do it all on screen. Really cool interface. If you are at all confused by interface or how that should be used or literally anything like that, then definitely always check out something like Ultima, where they'll just basically lay it out for you. It's already here. It's been here forever. And you get to do, you know, whatever cool quests along the way, so you kind of keep your mind occupied while you're processing what, the awesome way that a dev handled this. We are carrying an animal skull given to us by the strange storm and must have changed places with the bow. So you're starting to slowly unravel the mystery of, like what's going on with these storms and what it is, like how that works with things like balance. So we have an odd scroll. Now he has his bow back, or an odd skull. And then, if you were like truly a worshiper, then what you would do is put the animal skull back, because that would be important to you. So, we love you guys. We love that you're always along for the ride. We find the coolest things for you, and we love doing it. Link in the description below. It's like nothing but fun, good old game. So we definitely invite you to play along. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Gamer Coffee shipped to your door. You can put your logo on merch for like nothing bucks. So you can support the pirate logo, stickers, coffee cups. We like it when you guys send people over. We love talking to them and so on. We've been around forever. Coffee, KOFI, make this chick smile. Buy me a coffee for $1. Or you can join the tribe on Patreon. I don't know how to say it. We literally just joined up. So we're, opening up our page and putting everything on it and everything. We'd love to see you guys there. What else? All my social media links are down there. Subscribe, smash subscribe and like. Doesn't cost anything, and you get a little thumbnail and you can see what we're doing. So if you're a mad Ultima fan, or if you're a dev who really likes to explore that kind of interface, someone who's constantly changing their code and whether pros and cons of that, how to continue a series, how to do that, how to diversify, etc. This is a great series for it. So love you guys. Feel that you're always along for a ride, and we'll see you in the next video.